What up, Shasky? Thank you for listening. So he texted me this after our conversation that we've been having, which is based on this idea. We got a line of 49ers and NFL insiders all summer long who have been telling you that Brock Purdy's your quarterback. Seemingly many of you have not listened. You don't care. And the second Kyle Shanahan says something, or at least you thought he said something, that suggests maybe there's some unknown at the QB position, everyone runs around, oh my gosh, it's an open competition. Turns out he said it on March 28th, 3 weeks after Brock's surgery. And I would argue even then he didn't say it was an open competition. He simply said there's some things we don't know. So Joe sends in this text, and it's a fair one, but it's also an example of what happens when we have this conversation. I feel like people think they're hearing something we're not saying. He says Kaepernick was literally called by both Ron Jaworski and Peter King a Hall of Fame talent after 7 regular season games and 2 unbelievable playoff performances and a Super Bowl performance. Niner fans are afraid it's fool's gold again, which is fair. Yeah, it's totally fair. You can be afraid that Brock Purdy is not what he looked like last year, but it's a different conversation to argue that he shouldn't even get the chance to be the starting quarterback week 1 the following year. Take Kaepernick as the example. How would you have felt? He goes to the Super Bowl, Beyonce, lights out, here he comes, comeback falls just short, Crabtree was held, all that stuff. 34-31, Niners lose. How would you feel if the Niners the following August kept Alex Smith and went, open competition, it's only been a handful of games? You'd have gone nuts.
You would feel better about that than you should feel about this because Alex Smith at least showed you something on the field.
Something.
Well, he was the number 1 overall pick.
Right, but he didn't do what Kaepernick did, which was go to the playoffs. No, but he's done
more than Trey Lance has done.
Yes.
So in terms of that, and I'm looking at the article right here from the Associated Press, March 12th, 2013, the Kansas City Chiefs finally have their new quarterback. So you had the Super Bowl, Kaepernick had his run, and you had a month after the Super Bowl, and the team did the exact thing that you're talking about, which is we don't want to have Alex here to have any hint of a quarterback controversy. So the Niners got a second-round pick and a conditional pick in the next year's draft for Alex Smith.
Yep.
So I'm sure the Niners now would love to be able to get a second-round pick for Trey Lance in that same scenario. They're not going to, but to your point, the next year, Kaepernick came in after going to the Super Bowl, and there was no controversy.
No question.
It's your job.
And I thought
Cap.
it would have been a crazy thing to say. Well, Kaepernick, I know he went to the Super Bowl, but he's only played 7 games, and Alex Smith was drafted high, so open competition.
Yeah.
No. I don't care where anyone was drafted. I care who takes teams to the playoffs. All right. Put that conversation on hold for just a second. Would you like to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party, August 5th and 6th at Chase Center? We've already told you, this is a first-time ever deal in San Francisco. The thrill of watching Hot Wheels Monster Trucks in the dark at Chase Center. All you got to do is be the 5th caller to our contest line. Not our caller line, our contest line. So that number right now, 415-951-2386. That's your number to call. Be caller 5. I'll give you the number again. 415-951-2386. How about one more time? 415-951-2386. Caller 5 wins the 4-pack of tickets to the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party on August 5th and 6th at Chase Center, courtesy of the Golden State Warriors.
Dude, this thing looks fun. As you were doing the read, I actually punched up the video.
You did a little
You
Google?
got monster trucks jumping. You've got glow sticks. There's some song and dance elements. There's motorcycles jumping.
You had me at glow sticks.
Dude, this is, man, it's a party. Forget the kids. Leave the kids at home. Be that weird grown-up.
The only thing that's triggering right now is I would love nothing more in my career than to be the voiceover guy for a monster truck commercial.
There's a fire-breathing, like, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I sort of feel like it's my sweet spot. It's kind of what I sound like, right?
I kind of feel like you missed an
August
opportunity.
5th and 6th.
With this read, you could have done it.
I could have.
You could have sold it.
All right. Guys, undo the contest. Don't give it to the people who just called. We're going to start over. It's Chase Center and the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party, August 5th and 6th. Be there in the dark.
Or else.
Or we're coming to your home. That got weird.
That's
anyway,
better.
All right.
You sold it much better.
Thank you. I hope
Thanks.
everyone's very excited to win. Yes, Grandy, what's happening?
I was just going to say we're giving away these sets of 4 tickets every day this week. So if you don't get it today, make sure you tune back in.
Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4:30. Tune in.
But tomorrow we're going to show up all wasted from our golf round.
Yeah, might be tough.
Yeah. Boy, wait till you see us limp in here. Your over-unders got quite the attention grabbers over there on social over the weekend.
Yeah, including our very own Butcher Boy, who came in with a very, very much everyone gets a trophy. I'm just hoping that all the listeners have a good time and are able to craft a lifetime memory.
It was
What
fun.
happened to Joe?
Well, no, it was fun to see how everyone took your tweet. Forget the numbers that you put up. You put up, if anyone wants to see it, it's on Dibs Twitter. You get over-unders for each golfer for our day out at Berkeley Country Club tomorrow. We're excited about it. We get to go break some bread, have some fun with one another, with our listeners. It's going to be a great day. But the way everyone reacted, Joe was like, hey, my competitive spirit is being left at home. Bonte responded by saying I had no idea I was playing 18 holes. Guru and Steiny, correct me if I'm wrong, stayed rather silent to the whole thing. Although Guru, I'm sure, is going to have something to say about this at a certain point.
And Steiny in the green room today said, we're not keeping score.
Yeah,
it's just a fun outing.
Steiny says, but that's because he feels like he's going to be holding Guru's hand the whole way. Like, truth be told, your over-unders for Bonte and Guru, like, are they actually keeping legitimate scores?
I got Bonte at 109.5 and Guru at 108.5.
I'm not trying,
which is double bogey golf.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to be critical. Like, they're brand new golfers on a real course. If they actually went by the letter of the law, they're going to shoot 200. I'm just saying.
Do swings and misses count?
Yes.
How about foul tips with 2 strikes?
Are we playing real golf? Okay. So, anyway.
I said
it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see.
That 9 is the maximum on any hole.
Okay. All right, then that's fair.
So the most you actually could shoot would be 162. 9 times 18 is 162.
And I'm going to set both of their over-unders at 161.5.
You are so mean-spirited. I love that.
No, they're just starting.
I know.
It's not a criticism.
I got you at 84.5, which I thought was a good line, a good solid line. You beat that last time out.
I'm gonna have to bring my clubs for this one.
Dibber at 91.5, which is slightly above bogey golf, which that's assuming that I will be in fact half in the bag on the back 9.
When you go off into the woods, I'm watching. Don't you be moving the ball now. Don't you be moving the ball.
Foot wedge.
Yeah. So, anyway, 888-957-9570. George Contos on the Giants at the deadline is about 40 minutes away. We'll get into that. But this whole conversation that we've been having about the 49er quarterback situation, to me, is just very interesting. It's time to turn the tables. I've heard it one too many times. Mark, why do you hate Trey Lance? Like, in the most genuine way possible, with zero hesitation, I can tell you, I got nothing against the guy.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it does. I got zero against him. I could turn the tables in 2 ways, though.
Turn them.
Okay, here's one. One way, which I've already done, which is, why do you hate Brock? Why are you taking the 8-0 guy's job and
That's 7-1
and putting it up for sale? Why are you doing that? But here's the real one that no one wants to do.
Do it. Turn those tables.
What is it that you like so much about Trey?
The upside.
Oh.
The promise.
The what?
The big arm.
Okay.
The high draft pick. the draft capital that was expended to bring him in. Mark, he can throw the ball down the field. He can step back in a 7-step drop, and he can uncork one. He's big. He is rough and rugged in between the tackles. He can make all the throws. I love what he did at North Dakota State. Was it State or A&M?
It's
North Dakota Tech?
It's so clear as day to me. You honestly should not have an opinion on Trey at all. That's my opinion.
Because you haven't seen enough.
One.
Yes.
I don't have a good or a bad opinion. How could you?
It's like draft grades for you.
Do you want to go to? Did you go to practice every day? Because if you didn't, I really don't even want to hear what you have to say about Trey Lance. Because you don't know, and neither do I. And the only thing that you like about him is that someone else told you and evaluated him as someone who was going to be good. But all the other guys that got drafted around him aren't good either. Zach Wilson went right in front of him.
What do you think about Zach Wilson?
He's an unmitigated disaster.
Justin Fields is the interesting one.
He's interesting.
He's shown signs of being every bit the quarterback that he should be, considering where he was drafted. But at the same time, he has shown absolutely none of the things that you want from a franchise quarterback. He's a puzzlement to me.
That's actually where you can have an opinion on Trey. I think Trey is a first-class dude. I think Trey...
Yeah, he hasn't shown anything to the contrary.
I think Trey is classy. I think Trey can run a locker room. I think Trey can run a huddle. I think Trey is whip smart. I think Trey understands everything that's going on around him, both emotionally and in terms of X's and O's. I think that part is actually one of the things, my guess, that Kyle fell in love with when he went and met him. He has got all those things absolutely on point. But you have to go play football. And we haven't seen enough of that. And then the other half of what I've always said about Trey is it certainly appears to me that the people who do see him and do know what they're talking about are less than overwhelmed. They're less than impressed.
Which is why you spend no time to bring in Sam Darnold to compete for QB2 because you're less than impressed with what you have in case Brock Purdy's not ready and you look at Trey Lance as the heir apparent. You're so convinced that he's going to be the dude that you bring in Sam Darnold and you bring in Brandon Allen to be other guys in the room just in case.
Yeah, I'd love to have an opinion about Trey. I don't even know how to. I wonder where all of you got yours. Is this some YouTube video? Did you see? He hit Ayuk. There was
in the preseason.
There was nobody else on the field. He's wearing a yellow jersey. I don't know where everybody got your opinion. I don't have one.
You need to start here because you're hosting a show.
Blank slate. See this white piece of paper? That's what here.
Tabula rasa.
I wrote everything I think about Trey Lance right there.
Oh, everything I think about Trey Lance is on the other side of that. Which is I got paragraphs because I've seen him at practice twice and I saw him run the ball in a monsoon. That's all I need to see.
I'm with you. I wish that we could form an opinion. There has not been enough, and I am certainly not willing to sacrifice even the little bit that we do know about Brock Purdy on some expedition to find out what Trey Lance actually is. So, unfortunate, unfair, sure, label all those things. Absolutely. But I'm trying to figure out why more 49er fans aren't so stoked, jacked, at what sort of accidentally happened last year. Where's the excitement for that? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Dude went 8-0.
Right.
I feel like somebody should be excited about that.
They are. They're excited, but they also want Trey Lance to get his fair shake.
Well, then you need two teams.
It's not the way this works.
Yeah, you got to have two teams then.